Hey everyone, Sean here, and today in this video, I'm doing one of these ones, now featuring today the Kin quiz, that is Genshin Impact. The extremely extensive Genshin Impact Kin quiz. Which playable character are you? That's pretty much what we're trying to get out of this whole thing. I've seen a number of people doing this, so thought I'd make a potential video about it. So I'll just put in my traveler's name, which is Hawk, and I guess we'll just find out what character I am. So let's see. Introvert or extrovert? I'm more introverted. That's just me. What? What is this? What the heck is this? MBTI type? Okay, let's actually look that up real quick here. Really quick. Oh, personality type. I see. Okay, so it's a personality type test, sort of thing. I am afraid I don't know. Let me see. Yeah, so basically these are the types. Sincere, stigmatic, blah blah blah. Okay, so yeah, it's just asking for personality types, and I don't know, so I will just say I don't know. I'm a Capricorn for sure for zodiac sign. Okay. Sorry, I clicked on it. Okay. What's your Hogwarts house? Besides hating J.K. Rowling, this should be a given. All right. I'm not really much of a Harry Potter fan, so I'm gonna say I don't know. Unfortunately. At the lowest point in your life, what deep-rooted desire kept you going? Desire to help, desire to be free, desire for success, pursue your passions. Well, so far, I felt like my passions is what has kept me going at this point. Sexuality, I am straight. But let's see what the other choices are. Gay, bisexual, pansexual, asexual with another romantic orientation. Aromantic and asexual. I've never heard of that term. I don't know if that's really even a thing. How is your relationship with your birth father? Wow. That's, I can't really say either of these, right? It's like really ups. It has ups and downs. Huh. That's very interesting. I mean, I can't say it was great. I don't want to say he's kind of just there. It's all right, but I don't want to say he's kind of just there. But I wouldn't say pretty rough. Like, it was kind of rough, but it wasn't. That's not what I would describe it as a whole. I mean, given the circumstances, but I don't know. It's I guess this is just like a middle at this point. I mean, it's really no there's no good answer on that one. So I'm just gonna pick that one, the middle. I would say great for the most part, from my mom. You're in a room with someone when danger strikes, fire, attacker, etc. How do you feel? I freeze in fear. Feel the desire to fight or handle the danger. Feel the desire to protect. Feel the desire to protect the other person. Oh, to be protected. Oh, I see. For the second one, okay. Instantly go numb. I mean, it's all possible, right? Decided to run, you know, the whole like fight or flight response. I feel I could do this one, like handle the danger, but I don't know if I'm gonna fight. But I am gonna handle something, right? So, like, let's say, well, it's like asking for a lot of things. So it's kind of like just going all over the place. So I guess I can say just handle the danger. If it's like a fire or something, I can handle that one. Like, right, like in case like there's a oil-based fire or grease fire in the kitchen. You know, I'll just, you know, instinct just kicks in, and I'll just like first off take it off the fire, and then like I don't know, put a towel over it or something, like a wet towel or something like that, or put a lid over it. You know, that sort of thing. I'll try to find like something to cover it. You know, so I would say yeah, handle the danger. So can you suppress pain? I can suppress physical pain, but not emotional. I can suppress emotional pain, but not physical. Can't suppress any kind of pain. I feel like I can suppress either one of these ones, but not both. That's definitely for sure. I feel like I do this one most when it comes to physical. I mean, when it comes to emotional, right? When it comes to like physical pain, like when I'm sore, I'm like, oh fuck, you know, like I don't even hide it, right? Like when I like, you know, stand up or something like that when I'm sore or something, I go, oh, you know, something. I do some sort of grunt. But probably that one. That's probably the closest thing. How do you prefer to receive love? Love languages. Words of affirmation, acts of service, quality time, physical touch, or gift giving. I feel like either these three, maybe this one too. Gift giving, I really don't care. I think any of these four are very important. I guess maybe like this one would probably be the next least important, but it's still kind of important. But as long as you have either of these three, I think that's pretty good. Acts of service, words of affirmation. Acts of service. But it's like what do I prefer? Words? Actually doing it or spending time with them? But isn't that don't these two like work together though? You know? I would say actions speak louder than words. So, yeah, I mean, that could tie in with physical touch. But I would say either quality time or acts of service. I'd say quality time because you're actually with them, you know. How do I show love? It's not asking how would you like to show love, it's how do you actually show love? Well, I mean, it's been a long time, but the last time I mean, well, at this point, if I were to sort of start doing this again, I would try to put more actual quality time for sure. I would put points into quality time if I'm gonna talk gamer terms. How do I react to being embarrassed? I get really quiet and try to disappear, get angry and defensive. I definitely don't get defensive or get angry, so to say. But I don't get quiet though. These are too few answers to or for too few choices to go off of. I brush it off. I definitely don't brush it off. No big deal. If something embarrasses me, I guess the closest thing maybe is to get angry and defensive, if I'm gonna be really honest. So I guess I'll just pick that for now, because I know I don't get quiet, that's for sure. So I guess that's the closest thing. How would I react to someone giving you a spontaneous hug? Hesitate at first, but give him a soft hug back. I don't push him off, that's for sure. Tends to be just standard. I don't do that. I mean, it really depends on what, or if it's just a spontaneous hug from someone. It's either these two, like give him a hug in return, or hesitate at first and then give him a soft hug back. Out of these two, yeah. I mean, I would respond with a hug back, that's for sure. But it's just a matter of how, I guess. I guess I would just do this one. Probably the closest thing I feel like doing. In a spontaneous hug, anyway. Do you have any regrets in your life? I have a couple of them, honestly, but I have some things I wish I could change, but I know I've done my best. That's pretty much the gist of it. So let's just keep that one. I have one regret. I would do anything to change. I have no regrets because every choice made me who I am, for better or worse. It's kind of like that too, honestly, but I think it's this one. I feel like that's what me is going to pick. What type of person do you find most annoying? The suck up or pick me person? The loud brash person? The know-it-all? Oh man. I think the know-it-all, it kind of gets to me. The self-centered who makes everything about themselves. Right? The person who doesn't understand social cues. That's really doesn't get to me because not everyone actually, everyone comes from very different places, you know, and you can't really like fault him for that. It's just, you know, people come from all walks of life and you can't really like shape them to what you think is ideal. For the most part, you can put them on the right path, I guess, or just at least tell them, but it's really up to them to like choose how they go about it for themselves, for the most part. But point being though, I don't expect everyone to act like me, you know, that sort of thing. And as long as they bring something to the table, like, you know, they make me laugh, or I find some things about them interesting or cool or to admire, you know, something like that, then, you know, I can get by that. You know, people have their flaws and stuff like that, but if they can bring something to the table, then I'm cool with them. That's how I feel about it. But the know-it-all thing, I've seen so many people on the internet that act like this, pretty much. They know it all, but they just like really don't know. Like, especially like couple of certain people that just talk out of their ass, and they pretty much do not bring, like, you can just tell, right, from the way they go about it, on whether it's on Twitter or any other social media stuff. The way they go about it is just like, you can kind of tell already and smell from miles away that they just actually don't know anything. Like, they just absolutely pretend that, well, they know it all, you know, that hence that phrase. So I would say that one would annoy me most, because I know for sure that really ticks me off. And I've seen the end result of those things, and it's just hilarious when it kind of bites them back in the ass. Especially when you're the one who warned them, like, hey, like, if you keep this up, you're gonna get kicked out, or this is gonna happen to you, and they like completely ignore it. They just say no or whatever, and they, guess what? They meet those very consequences. Like, well, what do you know? I shouldn't be surprised. And they still like are like just like, why did this happen? You know, sort of thing. They can't even admit it to them for themselves. So yeah, that annoys me most. Okay, anyway, let's move on. What insult would hurt the most to be called? Annoying, stupid, selfish, asshole, unreliable, or freak? Right away, none of these like really like hit me, so to say. Annoying, selfish. Everyone is selfish. I mean, to some extent, so that doesn't really hurt me much. Annoying, okay. Stupid, okay. I mean, everyone's stupid in all ways too. Asshole. Okay. Unreliable. Freak. I would say, I guess unreliable, because I always try to do my best at things, and it's just like, when I know that's the best thing I could do, but people still call me unreliable for whatever reason they have, that is kind of what hurts me most, I would say. Like, I like, dude, I did my best. Okay. I did what I could. And then that's what they're gonna call me? Oh, okay. Alright. That's disappointing, but I guess it is what it is. So I just picked that one. So anyway, which affirmation from me to make you... Wait, what? Which affirmation from me to make you make what? Okay, I'll just read it as is. Which affirmation from me to you makes you feel the most... Oh, okay, I see what it is. Okay, I gotta read the whole thing, right? I guess. So, what? Okay, so strong, so many talents, you're loved, you can brighten up your room, you're so intelligent, you can do anything, you're so beautiful. I've heard this too many times, like, you can do anything you set your mind to. I would just say you have so many talents, because that's just, like, acknowledging what you can do, what you're capable of, that's actually what you're being acknowledged for. Like, it's actually acknowledging what you can do. This one's just, like, that you can do anything you set your mind to. That's, like, what you say. I mean, I'm trying to be honest here. It's kind of like just what you say when you have nothing much else to say to somebody, like, that's just trying to, like, find something in their life, and you just like, oh, you can. I mean, yes, I think what it is just that we all know that at this point, right? I guess it depends on how old you are, how experienced you are with life itself, but it's just. I don't know. I just heard it too many times, and I don't know. I just don't feel that would be the answer. So, I would say you have so many talents is what I would pick. Which out of these pets, which do you want most? Let's see. Oh, okay. So it's like the name and then the what kind of pet or what are they like, I guess. Okay, so we have Perry, the bearded dragon. She likes to throw herself off of things and can give licks on command. She also enjoys sleeping on the under the blanket. Cricket, the bearded dragon. He loves to cuddle and lay on you. Kind of dumb. Wants to mate with any bearded dragon he sees. Sounds like a horn dog to me, but I probably don't want a horn dog exactly. Oh, Osiris the cat has eyes of a Greek goddess, likes to zoom and tries to eat other animals, and will use the bathroom with you, but very sweet. Okay. Hercules the iguana, aggressive little boy, likes to hit you, but he's too small for it to hurt. Him choosing you makes you feel honored. Okay, next, Andromalius, the turtle, has no brain cells, tries to walk in the air, likes head pets, or head pats. Rocky. Oh wow, I knew a dog named Rocky. My neighbors had a dog named Rocky from a long time ago. At this point, scared of everything, won't leave his room, likes hugs, and knows when you are sad. Oh, that's okay. I kind of like the last trait of for Rocky. Popcorn, the dog. She's tiny and likes to lick. She likes to play, barks at men, and wears tiny sweaters to warm. That's almost kind of like my dog right now, Maureen, but not the sweater part necessarily. Not the men part either, but she just barks at everyone who walks by the house or whatever. For the most part. He is kind of tiny. She's kind of small. Let me see. Scared of everything, won't leave his room. See, that's what kind of like gets to me. But I do like the hugs and knows when you're sad. So what does that mean? Like when you're sad, is the dog going to actually come out of his room? You know, and then, you know, just comfort you and stuff like that. That's what it's kind of, that's how I would perceive it. You know, that's, I don't know. It might be, that might be the case, but, huh. I feel for this one the most. out of these ones. So maybe. Maybe. Like to throw herself. I mean, that just means that you won't see Rocky on camera for most of the time, but when I'm sad, and for him to come out like that, it's like, wow, that's really, actually really all the more meaningful and stuff, and you definitely feel more of that love. It like amplifies the love for sure. So I'd say probably Rocky. It won't bother you. That just means they won't bother you, but they'll be there for you when you need them most, I think. Is how I would perceive it. What color character are you? Inspired by Cowboy Tinkerbell TikTok. Okay. So let's see. Red is blunt, scary exterior, quick-tempered with strangers, but sobs if they hurt their friends, flirts for fun. Knows a wide network of people, convinces friends to do stupid things. I'm definitely not orange for sure. Or that's how I feel. Accidentally causes trouble, affectionate, ride or die. Can start a party anywhere, cheerleader of the group. That's not me. The only brain cell of the group, just excited to be there. Lots of niche interests, honest and direct and focused. That kind of sounds like a little more like me. I don't know about the brain cell of the group, but yeah, I mean, I just like to be there. I'm not gonna be necessarily be talking the most, and I probably like all the niche stuff out of the people in my group. Honest and direct. I tend to be like that at times and focused. I guess it depends on what. But let's see. Blue is trustworthy, sees the best in others, over-prepared for any situation, falls in love with strangers, keeps the peace. I don't know about the falls in love with strangers part, but I think I consider myself trustworthy. I mean, I try to do my best, again, to fulfill my end of the of whatever. Over-prepare for the situation. I feel like I over-worry for the situation, and it turns out to be, well, good. That sort of thing. Kind of happens with me with presentations. I just get super fucking nervous, and I just just think of everything. Like, okay, this is this and that, and then I go out there and do the presentation, and then the teacher's like, "Oh, good job, man." For the most part. So blue is kind of like funny because I do like blue, and it covers some things that I feel like I do. Purple, love springs, quiet and intimidating, tough, soft spot for kids and animals. That is definitely not me. For the most part, I don't like pranking people. I mean, I don't have an interest in pranking people. Unless it's like words like, "Oh, just kidding," after some whatever. Sometimes, at least in the past, but I haven't done really much of that as of recent. Let's see, pink, concerned mom friend. Honest to a fault, wears their emotions on their sleeve, constantly stressed, judgmental, only one with common sense. I don't feel like I do that. Pharaoh father figure, black and gray. Tough love, the grumpy brain cell, an old soul, and a constant victim of pranks. Okay, I would say probably blue for the most part. X out the falls in love with strangers type, or whatever, and it's like it covers most of why I feel like I am most. So I'll pick blue. Well, actually, no, that's a lie. There's green too, so I guess. See, there's one of like. They both have one of something I don't feel like I am. But the rest of these, yeah, right. Like I'm definitely like the goody type of the group. I don't drink that much. I'm like the DD, or I try to be the DD. So, but I guess I don't know. I guess that would be covering the common sense part in some way. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I guess I'll just pick green, but I would pick blue next though. What do you like when you're sick? Keep to myself, don't say much. Ignore it until I can't get physical anymore. I make sure I take a bunch of medication. I sleep through it. I get a lot more cuddly. Ooh. I just try to sleep through it, honestly. Lawful good. Okay, this is moral alignment. I feel like I'm neutral good. Either neutral good or lawful good. I feel like I'm lawful good for the most part. Honestly. And what do you see? Or let me see. Okay, so what's next? What do you do when you're insulted? I snap back almost immediately. I shut up, or I shut down and get really quiet. I ignore them because I honestly don't care. That's my initial reaction, but if they really get in my face about it, then it's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna snap back. But I start crying. For the most part, no. I try to understand where they're coming from. I guess I try to do that, but I laugh. Well, I mean, that really depends on what it is. But if it's, I don't know, if it's an insult, like an actual insult, then it's something. It's not something to laugh. I don't know. That's just how I would perceive it. It's either these, like the honestly don't care one, or I understand where they're coming from. Like, I guess that would be my initial reaction, just like ignore them. Like, okay, whatever, dude. That's just how I would try to deal with. How do you feel anger? How do I feel anger? I feel a hot anger that hurts and occasionally makes me cry. I feel a cold, numb anger that makes me cruel. Fiery anger that lashes me out at anyone nearby. Feel a small, tense anger that makes me distance myself from this situation. I would say that one for the most part. This distinct thing. Try to get away from it and just catch a breath. How do I feel fear? Something that grows inside my chest until it consumes me. Yeah, that's one. Sharp bursts of intense pain. Overall uneasiness that will not go away. A cold chill in my stomach. High adrenaline. Okay, so it's either the one that grows inside me until it consumes me, or the uneasiness that doesn't go away. It's either these two. I would say that one. I don't feel like it overall wouldn't consume me. It's probably not the right word for it for that, but I'd say it's just it's like a uneasiness, I guess. Okay, so how do I feel sadness? A numbness that surrounds me. Fiery agony. Deep wound in my chest. Pulling me down underwater. A sharp knife in my back. I would say a deep wound in my chest for the most part. How do I feel happiness? I feel giddy like a child full of energy. I feel the warmth throughout my body that makes me feel at home. I feel a smug satisfaction that makes me feel I can rule the world. An intense euphoria that consumes me in joy and adrenaline. A ache in my heart that is full of joy. I say a warmth for the most part. How do I feel love? Romantic or platonic? I feel like crying as I appreciate those around me. Feeling an intense pull towards the person. They are what makes me whole. My feelings towards the other is casual and content most of the time, but sometimes I feel such a deep admiration and love for them that I'm taken back. I feel warmer and more at home when I'm around the one I love, like a game of hot and cold. I feel like a child again, as I wanted to open up and show that everything makes me who I am. I feel surprised, and I often don't know how intense my feelings are until I'm forced to confront them. I usually just know what or that I enjoy their company until I realize it much more. Excitement and love go hand in hand for me. It gives me life, or it gives my life spice and meaning. I think it definitely feels it's like a warmth, nice warm fuzzy feeling sort of. I don't know about the hot and cold game, but I just feel like it's a warmth sort of thing. Mostly. So let's go next one. Which feeling do you feel, or do I hate them? Which feeling do you hate the most? Okay, assuming that all are the same intensity. Hunger, boredom, sadness, stress, frustration. It's definitely either of these two. Stress or frustration. I think frustration. I would say would what gets me out of these ones. Don't want to go explain too much, but for the sake of the video too. But anyway, which of these scenarios has the best vibes? Watching the sun set on the hill, dancing in the cool rain on the hot summer day, driving through the busy city at night with the windows down, sitting by the fire in a cool stormy night, riding a fast boat, getting hit by a spray of water. Definitely not the boat part. I want to definitely be in a relaxed vibe. So I would say either the fire or sunset on the hill. Maybe. I don't know. I definitely want to just like, yeah, relax. So, and I think the fire is like nice because I do like being cold but being warmed up by something. So the fire would, you know, give me that feeling hopefully, and that's what I would hope for anyway. What is my dream room? A room filled with technology so I can consume any media I want on any platform. A room that mimics the feeling of being outdoors without the inconveniences like bugs or thorns. Full of many different activities so I can master any skill I want. That's probably like I'm eyeing on. Full of cute, soft things that make me feel at home. There are a lot of breakable objects so I can smash them without hurting myself or others. That sounds like kind of fun, honestly. Room with any food I can imagine and many comfortable dining places. Okay. Full of animals to pet and play with. Full of books and comfy chairs. I would say the activities one. I like to, you know, master things. Or I try to master things. Make the most out of it, you know. What is your biggest deal breaker in a friend or partner? Someone who is self-centered and uncaring of my issues. Someone who lies to me constantly. Someone who insults me or others, even as a joke. Someone who talks all the time and never listens. Yeah. That's kind of like the know-it-all thing. Someone who copies out everything I do. I guess it depends on what. Someone cold and distant. I wouldn't give him too much flack for that one. I think this is the closest, or this is like sharing commons with the know-it-all. Like they just talk all the fucking time and they never fucking listen. And guess what? It bites him back in the ass. I have a friend that's like that. One of my close friends in my circles, like literally, like you know, I was telling like, oh, it's got this, so we should probably do something else, and there's like, nope. And then guess what? It happens, and it was like, you know, so that's what I'm gonna go with. How blurred or clear are the lines between good and evil, and where do I fit? Extremely blurred. I can't see myself possibly place myself. They're black and white. I lie somewhere in the middle. Slightly blurred, but I like to hope I'm on the good side. I picked that one. I don't really consider myself evil. I don't think. Am I a Sherlock or a Watson? Sherlock is one who relies on others to succeed, wants personal recognition, finds a Watson who encourages them to do something great, and has to be the best of what they do. To do something great, has to be the best at what they do, or else feels pointless. More independent, confidence to not need recognition, finds a Sherlock in their life to inspire to do something great, doesn't feel like they need to be the best at what they do as long as they feel content. I would say I'd be the not the Sherlock. the Watson, because it does feel good to inspire people. I don't feel like I need someone to get me going. Like what, you know, like in the similar nature that Watson does with Sherlock. That sort of relationship, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I feel I can see myself more of a Watson than a Sherlock. I mean, there is a bit of like the yin and yang effect where, yeah, there is a bit of Sherlock in me, but there's also, you know, I feel like I'm more of a Watson than a Sherlock in this case. How important honesty is to you? Oh, that's pretty important. Incredibly, I hate lies even if they're for someone's own good. Oh, I see. Okay. Sometimes, yeah. I mean, you do what you gotta do, right? It's important for those who I care, but besides, I don't really care. I know people lie all the time, and I have no issue with it. Honesty matters unless the lie is for someone's own good. See, that's what I feel like. You can't be like, you have to know when to be honest. There is that sort of like that saying, right? It is a point. It is a statement, right? It's sometimes, you know, sometimes I mean, there's definitely is an art to it. There's a skill to know when to do this or that, and sometimes, yeah, you know, there's a reason why the saying still exists, which is ignorance is bliss, right? If you don't tell them this one thing, and that helps them keep going, and then guess what? They become probably the Sherlock, right? They succeed at something after you tell them something to, you know, whatever it is, whatever the case is. I think when knowing when to do one or the other makes you a person more towards the better good sort of thing. It's hard to explain, but I hope you know where I'm coming from with that. How much of myself do you show to others? Basically nothing. No one knows me. To strangers, I show the parts I want them to see, but to those close to me, I show a solid amount of who I am, although never at all. Never all. To strangers, I show a little of me, but those close to me, they're the ones who know fully me. I'm an open book once you start talking to me. Definitely not the open book one. It's either like these two in the middle. Probably the one that's like, okay, you know a good amount of me, but you're not gonna know everything I am. Like, again, it kind of goes back to the honesty and lies, right? Is that, I mean, is it lying? I mean, when you not tell them or whatever, I don't know. It's like a case by case thing, I guess. But knowing when to say this to people, you know, that means that means you're just being careful of, you know, whatever it is, I guess. I mean, we all have our little secrets and stuff like that, and I think that's okay. You know, I think there's things that not everyone needs to know, not even your friends, right? And that's okay. And at the end of the day, as long as you know it's not harming others, then, you know, it's like, I don't think it needs to be a big deal, sort of thing. That's how I would wrap up that part. How would your younger self feel about you today? They're not like the same person. They're not like the person I've become, and that hurts. They would love to admire. They'd be disappointed. Yeah, kinda. But overall, be proud. I think that would be honestly the realistic sort of answer. Not extremely confused. Not really. What is your fitness style? I grind at the gym and try to shape my body to my liking. I used to be like that. I don't exercise other than walking throughout my day. I enjoy teams and sports, which I do as much as I can. Definitely not that nowadays. I do activities I enjoy and get exercise as a result of that. Not really. I mean, well, would that count, or would working at home count as that? I do enjoy it because it brings me results. I feel the results. I try to push myself when I feel extra lethargic or don't have any routine with it. Either this or this, I guess. We'll probably like cover the answer. I actually don't walk because I already work out anyway. Not as the main goal. It's probably like that, I guess, at the most. Okay, next, how do I see humanity? Inherently dark and cruel, full of possibility for either side, inherently good. I stayed neutral on this one. Pretty quick answer on that one. Am I judgmental? Well, let's look that up for a real quick moment. What is the definition of judgmental in this case? Having or displaying an excessively critical point of view. I don't like to sound judgmental, but it was a big mistake. I guess it really depends on what it is. But I'm gonna say yes for now though, because I feel like I don't know. I can't say I'm not judgmental, I guess. How do I express myself creatively? Let's see, classic art. Probably that. Music, physical, writing, or cooking. I actually like to try to cook something. I don't know, something about it's like very satisfying. Art, sure, let's go with that one. Creating something with my hands. So that means like, you know, drawing, editing, you know, that sort of thing. How comfortable I am being alone. I feel like this is extreme. Although I have been, you know, like for the most part, I'm like the very first question. I'm an introvert for the most part, so I prefer to have a company of few, and not so much a lot of people at once. I would say eventually. I mean, especially with quarantine too. I have been sort of quote unquote alone. I mean, I talk to people online, but physically there, you know, not so much because quarantine stuff. But so I would say this, like eventually I feel like I know I'm gonna come out of that shell and just go out and see my friends again, stuff like that sometime. Probably like a couple years from now, I'm just gonna look back on the whole pandemic thing and it's just, you know, look at it differently, sort of. Hopefully that's the idea, but we'll see. So I'll click on that for now. What is the best period of a person's life? Childhood, no responsibilities to worry about. You can just play it all day. Teenage years, you can figure out your life and who you are to self-discovery, no bills. Young adult, you have your whole life ahead of you and you get to make your own choices. I would say this one right away, but let's see. You have a complete control of your life. You get to think about how you leave your mark on the world. You have all the wisdom in your life and get to spend a lot of special privileges. I would say young adult because it's like the perfect mark. It's like that the Goldilocks effect of being able to do what you want and make your own choices for almost any time you want, right? When you're a teenager, right, you do try to think about these things, but you still are bound by, you know, school, having no car at that time. By the time you're in college, it starts to become like that. Like it starts to depart from that. Excuse me. You know, you get to potentially do whatever you want. You get to become whatever you want if you put your mind into it. But you know, but I know I had my piece about that saying, but that's something everyone should know at that point. Anyway, and if you actually do them and you like it, you get to hopefully stick with it and pretty much do that for the rest of your life. I think that's the best time of your life because you have all the energy, you have the most energy, the motivation is there definitely potentially. Your potential is like the highest, I'd say. By the time you're an adult, you're kind of starting to like it's starting to wane down a bit because at that point it depends on I guess where you're coming from, like I guess, but I don't know, I'd say young adult. It's like the best combination of being able to do whatever you want to do almost at any time, and you have all the energy to do that. So anyway, what kind of kid were you? Quiet, shy, typical good kid, bubbly, happy, the troublemaker. I was kind of the troublemaker, funny enough, during, I would say, the majority of my elementary and middle school. I mean, mostly elementary, and then it's kind of winged down a bit in middle school. But all things considered, I'd say first to fifth was probably my most troublemaker years. The kid who plays imaginary games all day. ADHD, definitely not me. I think. Anyway, I would say I'm the quiet, shy kid for the most part. I was rambunctious at first, but then it kind of waned down. Especially by high school, I was definitely that kind of guy. Okay, so we're getting there, I guess. 45 out of 75. I actually did not think it would be this long, but I guess this is why it's called in-depth. Okay, so what is your attachment style? Can apply to friends and partner. Anxious, avoidant, fearful, secure. Extremely worried their partner will leave them and can hold them too tight. Luckily, I had a parent that was inconsistent with their parenting and experienced a loss. Would make the child feel loved at times, but reject them at others. Okay. Avoidant, very dismissive of new love and affection. Distant to their partner. Likely a parent that did not care for their emotional needs. Extremely anxious one, then avoidant of the other. Feel like a roller coaster. Likely had a very abusive parent and never felt safe. Secure. Secure themselves and their partner. Can have rocking relationships but retains their self-worth. Likely a loving parent who met all their needs. It could be either... it could be either secure or anxious is what I would narrow it down to. I would say secure for the most part. That's just kind of like my gut instinct. How do you handle conflict? Direct and logically. Try to think of how to respond most times, but can react on the spot when I need to. Intensely. I focus entirely on the situation's sake. A lot on the situation. Really like to think about what to do before I act. Quickly and sharply. I react instantly and intensely. I don't hesitate. Openly and calmly. I focus on the other side rather than myself to react second. But I keep my distance. Probably this one. It's either this one or that one. Or slowly. It's like three. It's like openly, slowly, or directly. But I'm just gonna go with openly and calmly. Let's see. How much does money mean to you? Money is everything. It gets you what you need in life. Money is important, but there are things much more important. Money doesn't matter as long as you're happy. I wouldn't go as far as saying that. I would say it's important, but I know that there are things more important than that, for sure. But I do see people where they're coming from with this. You know, I don't blame them for it, especially nowadays. How do you cheer someone up? Tell jokes, give comfort and empathy, give them space. I try to distract them. It's either of these two, I feel. Space or comfort and empathy. I'll try to give him space. I think, and then I'll try to comfort them after. Like, give them a moment to just, like, kind of, you know, cope with it, I guess. Deal with it. What is my learning style? Visual. Very much visual stuff. Auditory, yeah. But definitely not these ones. Oh, tactile for sure. Either like tactile, like, yeah. This one's kind of a hard one, because I feel like once I do it, it's like, okay, now I can, like, you know. But, let's see. Maybe tactile would probably be the best one in this case, because at this point in life, I think I've come to realize that I learn a lot of things just by doing them, essentially. Like working out, you know, editing, you know, stuff like that. What is my average or style on an average day? Chick. Don't care how I look as long as I feel good. While still being comfortable as possible, finding a. I guess I'm chick. I don't really try to. I don't worry about that too much. You know, being stylish and fashionable and all. Comfort is where it's important for me. Some kind of meat. Favorite type of food. Some kind of meat. Grains. A meal that completes my palate with many types of food. Sweetened desserts. Fruit or vegetables. Tofu. Some kind of drink. Soup. I really don't care. I would say some kind of meat. What's your least favorite type of food? I like everything. Anything with too much flavor. Fruits and vegetables. Some kind of meat or protein. Anything new or foreign. Some kind of drink. Anything bland. Or sweets and veggies. Or sweet. Wow. Because I'm like trying to. I'm gonna answer fruits and veggies because yeah, I'm a mostly a carnivore kind of guy. Sweets and desserts. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with fruits and veggies. How do I want people to see me? Reliable and kind. I think that's the one I would like most out of these ones. TBH. How strict are your morals? Extreme. I know what's right, I know what's wrong. I often don't like people who disagree. Moderately. I have a personal idea of what's right and wrong. There are situations where that doesn't apply. I would say moderately. You can't define morality. That's strictly. Oh, okay. I think moderately. You're in a large group you don't know well and are assigned to some former group. How do I act? I know I get to know the people while figuring out how to complete the goal. Stay quiet and figure it out on my own without saying anything. I joke around and don't focus on work. I do all the work. I actually wind up taking charge at times, which is kind of funny, even though I'm like an introvert kind of type, kind of guy. This one comes second, I would say. Actually, hold on. Get to know people? I probably do this. I think probably that one is most. How do I make new friends? I wait for people to come to me because I'm not great at making friends. I go up to whoever I talk to and start a conversation. I associate with people throughout my day and get to know the ones I click on a deeper level. Yeah, I think it's either I wait for people to come to me or that. And it's probably this one. I feel would fit me most. You have a new roommate, but after a few weeks you realize you don't get along well. How do you cope? Take every chance to be passive aggressive. Move out. Keep myself as much as possible just to live with with someone I don't talk to. Sit down and try to work out differences. Be directed by your issues and set up some ground rules. Be out of the house as much as possible. Well, I mean, if it really comes to that point, I mean, I know that you kind of gonna have to like talk it out at some point, right? So I always say just sit down and just talk it out. I feel like these two could blend together at times, but it's very case by case. What do I do when I feel sad? I isolate myself. I cuddle, hug things, let it out wherever and whomever I can. I get quiet. I carry on life as usual. I find a place to break down in private. I overcompensate with extra jokes and fake happiness. It's either I isolate myself or I get quiet. So I'll probably just get quiet. How I sit in the chair. How I sit in the chair. As God intended. On the back and feet off the floor in some way. Feet on the floor, leaning forward off the back. That's like me playing video games, seriously. Kind of. Like I haven't slept in 10 years. On the edge of my seat, good posture, because I have a musical background or anxiety. Straight back, ankles crossed, like a proper lady, even though you aren't one. I would say off the floor in some way. Okay, we're getting close, kind of. When do you feel most like yourself? When I'm alone, when I'm with my close friends, when I'm surrounded by people who I care about or who care about me in some way. I feel like when I'm alone, I'm like that. That's just my gut instinct. What do you need right now? A hug to know if I'm on the right track, some validation, peace to be accepted, a friend, therapy, strength, or money. That's a very good question. As much as I would like to get money, I know what to do with that, you know. I need some strength to help, like, you know, kind of help me keep me along, you know, and sort of thing. How much have you changed since you were a kid? A lot. Pretty much completely, except for a few key values that I stay the same. I say that, yeah. Some things never change. Little, not much, okay. Yeah, that's my answer then. The second one. What is success? Lots of money, overall happiness, being well known, solving all my problems, knowing peace, having a family or group of friends that are like family, creating something that prospers, acquiring as much knowledge as possible, having the ability to do what I want with no consequences. I would say, regardless of where you are, if you feel happy, that's when it's a point where you know you feel successful, I guess. That's just what kind of comes to mind. Let's see, what scenario brings you the most peace? Waking up to my partner and kids, making breakfast in daylight, walking down the street with the highest fashion, saying hi to many friends, and on my way to work. Sitting alone on the mountaintop, painting the sunset. I'm a child again, playing hide and seek with the friends I've lost along the way. Sitting under a tree on a windy day, being at peace with myself and the universe. It's Thanksgiving, and I'm surrounded by dozens of friends I made throughout my life. That does feel nice, just from reading that. But I kind of like the sitting on the tree one, though. Just, I don't know. Something about that does feel quite peaceful. What is music to you? A mood lifter that sets the tone for the moment or day. A reflective tool that unlocks all emotion. A storytelling method. A background noise for events or actions. A beat to move or dance. I think, for the most part, I would say... To me, it is a background noise, and that kind of does make sense from a editor's perspective. But it can also be that too, a mood lifter. Actually, I kind of go with that one, because when I feel like listening to a piece of music just because I'm a certain mood for it, and then I listen to it, it just like, I don't know, it does give me a lift of sorts, now that I think about it. And of course, when I work out, that's also a helpful tool at times. How empathetic am I? Extremely. Any pain around me is something I feel deep in my heart. I'm kind of like that nowadays. Somewhat. I can feel some things around me, but not all. I see that's probably a more realistic take on that. Not much at all, although I do care. Not much, and I don't care. I say somewhat. How do I feel about authority? I hate it and often go against it. Authority is fine for everyone else, but I don't like when it impacts me. I like authority when it's needed, but sometimes it can abuse its power. Authority is important and good, but has to cater to the needs of the people. Authority is important and necessary for a successful society. See, this is where it gets kind of political on this one. Definitely. I mean, either way, there is an abuse of power or abuse of whatever it is. But I think it's still important. I think it's pretty important to order to, keep a society like whole, is my opinion. You need some sort of leadership. You need someone to kind of like, lead you the way, sort of thing. It helps people keep on track. So I would actually say authority is important and necessary for successful society. It's either these two. It is needed, but it can be abused, but that's like everything. It can be everything, depending on where or what. Does it have to? Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm gonna go with this one for the most part, because it's not just authority that can be abused. There's a lot of things that can be abused. But it's still important no less, I think, in my opinion. How open-minded are you? I would say mostly for the most part, but let's read it out here. Extremely. I'll basically hear anyone out. Mostly, although some things go too far. Somewhat, although I intend to have a set of standards for others. Not really. Um, Not very, but I can be judgmental of others people. Oh, okay, I see. Others' lifestyles. Yeah, I mean, I'd have an opinion about it, but I know that it's at the end of the day their choice to how they live life. So, I say mostly. I try to be open-minded, so I'd say mostly. How long does it take for you to say goodbye to someone who you care about once you realize they're toxic to you? Instantly. Once someone is bad to me, they're gone. It may take a second for me, but I can do what needs to be done. It takes me a little bit, but because of the loyalty that remains even after, it takes a long time because I still care deeply for the person. Well, I think for the most part, none of these two I feel. But I think I would go with this one. Like, just do whatever needs to be done. At what period of your life did or will you enjoy the most childlike interests? Let's see. As a child, as a teenager, young adult, gain the freedom to reclaim my childhood. As an adult, I'm independent and reminiscing. As an elder, I no longer feel shamed for the things I love. I would say, um, it's either an adult or a young adult for sure. As I gained the freedom to reclaim, yeah, I mean, in a way, that's how it is. But again, I feel like that comes with energy. So as an adult, you really don't have as much of that. So I would say this would probably be the best answer for me. How expressional am I? Extremely. Most people can take a one look at me and know what I'm thinking. Very. I can hide some feelings, but most of my thoughts are pretty obvious. A little. I feel fairly. I feel strongly about a subject. You'll know, but most of my thoughts aren't displayed. I'd say either of these two in the middle. uh, I had some feelings, but most of my thoughts are pretty obvious. A little. Hmm. A little. Do you care what people think of you? Um. Oh yeah, if they're important to me, that's pretty much what I would answer. How do you take criticism? Very well. I'm not the one to get offended easily. Pretty well, even if it means to be constructive, or if it's meant to be constructive, even if it hurts a little, I'd take that one. I can be a little sensitive to it, but if the person is coming from a good place, I'll hear them out. Horribly, I can't stand being criticized. Yeah, go with that one. How easily do you forgive? Oh wow, this is actually second to last question. We'll see. How easily do I forgive? Very, given that the person is sorry. Pretty open, but I can draw the line as someone breaking my trust too many times. Depends on entirely the situation and the person. Not very, if I'm hurt, but it is possible. If the person really does care. Not at all. It takes a lot for me to forgive. I say I go forward with that one. That's how I would go about it. Tell me a secret slash recommend me a song. Well, it is a video, so I can't really do a secret. So the song I would recommend Let me see. No, you know what? I'm just gonna type this out because it's funny. Oops. Oh man, I like Ang Lee's Hulk. That's something kind of funny. Oh, okay. I didn't expect that to come by quick, but okay. I'm Kokomi. I'm Kokomi. Okay. That's I did not expect that. It's funny because I was one of those people who criticized Kokomi before she came out, and now I kind of see the light of Kokomi, sort of. Well, for the most part, I would say. Oh, that's funny. Well, let's read this out. See what it says. You have to deal with a lot more than you sign up for. You can carry a lot of responsibility, and because of your kind heart, you refuse to share the burden. People care and worry about you, but you don't want them to. So you often try to appear strong and capable. While you are both of those things, you need to acknowledge that everyone needs rest. You are diligent and smart, but also caring and open-minded. You are self-sacrificing to the point of isolating yourself. Okay. Wow. Because you don't want anyone to see you suffer. This makes for a brutal cycle, where people care about you struggle to get close. However, those who don't know you simply see you as nice and polite, with a strong sense of self. You take pride in this image you put out for the world, but neglect your health in the process. Let people take care of you for once, and take some time for your passions. And since you tend to neglect those things, as to not waste time. Okay. I don't know about the last sentence, but I do take a lot of time for my passion. But I think the let people take care of you one does make sense, I guess, in some way or some degree. By the way, it's all for fun. I don't think it's like 100% accurate, but it is kind of funny that I got Kokomi of all things. I expected someone else. Like I don't know. I expected somebody different. I wonder what other like answers. Oh wow, they do have some sort of percentage. So really, you're telling me? Wait, no, that can't be. I saw someone getting Chi-Chi though. Maybe it's such a small percentage that it's counted as 0. Let's see what the choices are right now. Let's see, blah blah blah. Oh, Ryan Shogun's up there. Okay, Zhonglei, Kamiya, Sato Ayato. I think yeah, it's updated for the most part. Where's Ayaka? Wow. So according to this, most people are interesting. And I'm the 5%. I'm the second most common, apparently. Along with Lumi. Interesting. Next up is Ganyu, Goro. A. Catching. Toma's down there, okay. Well, that was some quiz, alright. But you definitely got to know me as to some extent, and how I see myself and stuff like that, and all that in between. But yeah, I got Kokomi. That was my experience with the Genshin Impact Kin quiz. It was certainly a fun one. I think I had a good time, and hopefully you guys found this at least entertaining to some extent. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos on this channel. I really do appreciate it, and it's very helpful. And yeah, so that has been my experience with this quiz here. Maybe I'll do more of this stuff if it pops up on my feed. And that's all I got. So again, Sango no Miya Kokomi is what my result. So if you have results to share, you can definitely put that in the comment section below. What characters from Genshin Impact are you guys after taking this quiz? It's got most people for the most part. You know, with the exception of the upcoming characters like Yelan and Shinobu. So it's pretty updated for the most part. Maybe I'll come back to it at some point, you know, and probably get a different answer. Because one, I would see myself slightly differently. Two, there's more characters, so that's probably how it goes. But anyways, that's it for the video, and thank you very much. I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you very much. Sean out.